I felt oppression in my life a lot, but none of that comes close to experience of one day of one pig or one chicken. It just doesn't even come close to that. My mom got me a tiny chicken, and this chicken always ran to me, jumped at me, and we named him Happy. And Happy was actually the first English word that I learned. He grew up to become this big and loud rooster, and I hugged him, and I just loved this little guy. One day when I went there, opened the door, he's not there, and I asked my grandma, where is Happy? She says, oh, sorry, he ran away. The door was left open. And I felt like he betrayed me, because I was like, he loved me so much, he would never leave. And, live with that thought that this, lovely chicken left me until 10 years later, my mom said, the chicken soup we had that night. The crazy thing is I knew that I had chicken. It was just knowing that it wasn't that one chicken that I care about. So that shows the cognitive dissonance, that when we care for one animal, we get really emotional. And I think a lot of people can sympathize with that because they care about their animal, their pets, their dogs or whatever. They would never put down a dog humanely just to eat them, When you look up the word humane in dictionary, it means act of compassion and kindness. So an example of killing someone humanely is when you put down a dog who's sick and old, and you do that because you're trying to be kind to them. You're trying to reduce their suffering. But when you kill an animal because a healthy animal who wants to live just because you like the taste of their flesh and body parts, that's anything but humane and kind and compassion. I think I always loved animals, just like a lot of other people, except that there was this cognitive dissonance that I didn't care about animals that I ate. I'm ashamed to say that when my friend came to me and said, Faraz, you can't say you love animals and eat them too, what I thought was, sorry animals, I love meat so much. Is meat a good source of protein? Yes, but it's not a good way to get your proteins. It comes with a lot of bad things. So getting your proteins from meat is like getting your potassium from Coke. Coke has a lot of potassium, but it comes with a lot of sugar. So when you can get it from healthy plant sources, why would you want to harm an animal and eat something that is going to increase the risk of a lot of other diseases, bad for the environment, and we know all of that. What really changed for me is just the amount of suffering involved. Just putting yourself in place of animals and knowing that it's not even one animal, it's over 1 trillion animals. The numbers is bigger than anything we can imagine. The depth and amount of torture. I felt oppression in my life a lot, but none of that comes close to experience of one day of one pig or one chicken. It just doesn't even come close to that. A lot of people are borderline vegan. They've thought about it, they want to make a change, but they're literally waiting for someone to come to their life and say, hey, do it already. What got me active to begin with, despite being so shy and introvert, was the fact that I just know that this is something I have to do. It's not about what's easy for me, it's not about what I want to do, it's about what I need to do. So I think that's really important. So put yourself in their place and see it from their perspective. If it was happening to you, how urgently would you want that to stop? The only way that we can change this world is by a group of dedicated and educated and compassionate and passionate activists. Be one of them. Veganism is the bare minimum that we can do. But remember that in the face of injustice, silence is not an option.